All right, so the lens in question is a 42.5 millimeter Yongnuo lens. I don't think it communicates with my camera properly. Basically, I'm on manual mode now, 1/25 of a second, f22, ISO 200. So I'm trying to open up the aperture blade, as you would, and I'm going down, and almost there's nothing happening, so as you can tell. Because I think that the blade is actually wide open most of the time. Sometimes it shuts down, or sometimes you can close it down a little bit, but then it kind of resets itself to a wide open position. I think that's what's happening. And sometimes it happens more often. Sometimes it doesn't happen that often, but it regularly happens every time I try to use it. So at the moment I'm, let's say, wide open 1.7, and then now it will actually pick it up. Once I notice that once I open it all the way, then I start closing down, then it will actually work somewhat a little bit. Somewhere around 4.5.6 it starts closing down a little bit. But then I take a picture, let's say. Let's have a look. I took a picture, so that now it looks like it's fine, and then I'm gonna start again, and I'm gonna keep closing it down, and I can't see anything happening, and I'm gonna have a look at the other image. So that was the image with f11, and then this is f22, so it's supposed to be even more closed down, but I think it just reverted to its original open situation. So with f22, the picture is brighter than it was with f11. So it already shows that it's something wrong, right? So, and that's what it is basically. If I open up all the way again, and I try to take a picture, all right, so I open up all the way again, then it will kind of try to close it down, but every time you take a picture, so I'm gonna open up again. So I'm gonna go back to all the way to 2.8 or 1.7, okay? And then I'm gonna start closing it down. Right? And take a picture. So now it should be, sometimes it jumps back, sometimes it doesn't. So now it shut down to f8, and now the image is darker, so that's fine. And then I go back again and I start closing down even further, go to f22 and take another shot, let's say. Let's have a look. Again, f11 dark, f22 bright, f8 dark, f20 bright. So again, it loses contact with the camera and automatically reverts to an open aperture. Let's say, let me try to take a picture quickly of a wide aperture as well to see what that does. All the way to the brightest 1.7. Yep. So that's what it should look like at 1.7. Again, start closing it down. Start closing it down. So you're like, okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. So that's gonna work. Right. Now f1 7.1, then it's darker. That's perfect. No problem. No problem there. And then again, carry on closing down. f11, take another picture. Already is f11. Hold on, where was I? Yeah, 7.5. f11, already brighter than it was, okay? So again, close down even further, which is already a problem. f16. Already opened up the blade. It was f18, hold on. It was f11, so it was f7.1, it worked, and then opened it, closed it down even further, f11, again wide open, so the image is bright. Close it down, you can tell that f11 and f18 is the same image, basically, like it's the same exposure, because the blade is just wide open again, that looks exactly the same as the 1.7 did. right? So it just opens up all the way and then loses the contact with the camera. And you could say, okay, maybe there's something wrong with the camera. So there's another camera here, and it does the same thing. Because first I thought that maybe it's just the camera, there's something wrong with the settings or something. No, there's the other camera. Other camera. And let's say I'm gonna go and set it to 1/25 of a second. ISO 200 is the same, and I'm gonna go all the way wide open, which is I'm opening it up and it's almost like got the okay. Anyway, now it has a contact, so that's fine. You can tell that that's the shot it took, so that's the exposure at 1.7, and then I will close down a bit, and when you open it all the way up, it kind of like re-establishes contact. So now the first shot is gonna be okay. So it's 6.3. Take a picture. That's fine, right? So you can see it works for the first shot. So that was the wide open. That's a little bit closed down. That looks better. And then now I'm gonna close it further down, and I'm sure that it already lost the contact again. So now you can see that it was actually closed down even more, and now the picture is even brighter. So basically it doesn't work with this camera either.